Not every sci-fi film gets the spotlight. Some slip through the cracks, too strange, too smart, or too far ahead of their time. While the world was busy watching blockbusters, these hidden gems were quietly redefining the genre. They didn't make billions, but they made believers. This is 11 criminally underrated sci-fi films everyone missed. The stories that dared to imagine differently and were forgotten anyway. Until now. Moon, 2009. Long before big-budget space dramas filled screens, Moon quietly redefined isolation in science fiction. Directed by Duncan Jones, yes, David Bowie's son, it starred Sam Rockwell as a lonely worker stationed on the moon, nearing the end of his 3-year contract. But when he discovers another version of himself, reality begins to fracture. Shot for just $5 million, Moon is intimate, eerie, and deeply human. No alien battles, no CGI overload, just one man. And the crushing weight of identity and loneliness. Critics loved it, but it barely made a ripple at the box office. Now, it's considered a modern classic. Proof that great sci-fi doesn't need spectacle, just soul. Sunshine, 2007. Before Oppenheimer, there was Sunshine. A haunting tale of humanity's final mission to reignite a dying sun. Directed by Danny Boyle and written by Alex Garland, Ex Machina. It's a film that blends science with philosophy, tension with transcendence. Aboard the Icarus II, a crew faces impossible choices and their own psychological decay as they drift toward the fiery edge of existence. It bombed in theaters, but over time, Sunshine became a cult obsession, a masterpiece of light, sound, and existential terror. Cillian Murphy's haunting performance only grows more powerful in retrospect. Sometimes the brightest ideas burn the quickest. Coherence, 2013. One dinner party, 8 friends, and a passing comet that breaks the laws of reality. Coherence is the kind of film that proves how far ideas can go with almost no budget. Shot in just 5 days inside a single house, the cast improvised most of the dialogue. As the night unfolds, strange duplicates of themselves appear, and paranoia consumes them. It's a multiverse story that makes Doctor Strange look simple, but done for less than $100,000. A mind-bending masterpiece that you'll finish and immediately want to watch again. Because once the comet passes, nothing and no one is ever the same. Predestination, 2014. If time travel ever needed a definitive story, this might be it. Predestination, starring Ethan Hawke and Sarah Snook, isn't just a time travel thriller. It's a heartbreaking paradox about identity, fate, and the price of trying to change your own destiny. To say too much would spoil the twist, one of the most shocking in modern sci-fi. But it's safe to say, this movie doesn't just play with time, it breaks it. Ignored during its release, Predestination has since earned cult worship among sci-fi fans. Smart, bold, and emotionally devastating, it's proof that the best sci-fi asks questions that don't have answers. 5. Under the Skin, 2013. Scarlett Johansson plays an alien seductress roaming the streets of Scotland, luring men to a fate you'll never forget. But Under the Skin isn't horror, and it's not romance. It's something in between. Hypnotic, unsettling, and strangely beautiful. Director Jonathan Glazer stripped sci-fi down to its bones, replacing spectacle with stillness, dialogue with dread. The result? One of the most unique films ever made. It flopped hard at the box office, confusing mainstream audiences. But for those who stayed, it became an experience. A haunting look at humanity through alien eyes. Because sometimes, to understand what it means to be human, you have to start from something not quite human at all. 6. Coherence, 2013. One dinner party, 8 friends, a passing comet. That's it. No CGI, no explosions, just conversation and chaos. As the night unfolds, reality starts splitting. Same people appear in different versions of the same house. Choices fracture into infinite timelines. Shot for only $50,000, Coherence proves that science fiction doesn't need spaceships. It just needs imagination. The actors had no full script, only story beats. Their confusion? Totally real. That raw energy turned a low-budget experiment into one of the smartest mind-benders of the decade. It's the kind of movie you finish and instantly want to restart, just to see what you missed. The Man from Earth. It was 2007. A group of professors gathered to say goodbye to a colleague who's leaving town. During the farewell, he casually claims he's been alive for 14,000 years. That's the plot. No action, no effects, just words. But those words spark one of the most thought-provoking sci-fi conversations ever put to screen. The Man from Earth cost less than a student film, but asked questions bigger than most blockbusters. About time, belief, and evolution itself. It's slow burn brilliance, built entirely on dialogue. And if you love stories that challenge your perception of reality, this one will stay with you long after the credits fade. Upgrade 2018. Imagine John Wick meeting Black Mirror. That's Upgrade. A man paralyzed in an attack is implanted with an AI chip that can control his body, and suddenly he's out for revenge. With only a $5 million budget, director Lee Wannell delivered action scenes better choreographed than most $100 million blockbusters. The camera moves with eerie precision, perfectly synced to the AI's control. It's brutal, sleek, and terrifyingly plausible. A film that makes you question how much control you really have over your own body. Critics praised it, audiences missed it, but it's one of the most inventive sci-fi thrillers of the decade. Aniara, 2018. Based on a Swedish poem, Aniara follows a spaceship knocked off course, drifting endlessly into space. No aliens, no explosions, just humans facing eternity. The film explores existential dread on a cosmic scale. What happens when there's no destination left? When comfort, purpose, and even hope fade into the void? Visually minimalist but emotionally immense, Aniara captures something most sci-fi avoids: silence. It's a chilling reminder that the scariest thing in the universe isn't death, it's meaninglessness. From Coherence to Aniara, these films prove that sci-fi doesn't need a blockbuster budget or a famous face. It just needs curiosity and the courage to explore ideas others won't touch. Some of these stories never got the recognition they deserved, but maybe that's what makes them special. They weren't built to please everyone. They were built to wake you up. Because real science fiction isn't about the future. It's about the questions we're too afraid to ask now. For more hidden gems and forgotten masterpieces, subscribe to Frame Time.